Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, I'll be going through example cross solutions for scrambles using some of the ideas we talked about in the how to get better at the cross video. If you haven't watched that, while not necessary, I recommend you first check it out prior to this video, and I will leave its link in the description below. Now for that video, don't be intimidated by its length. You can skip ahead or watch it at 2x speed just to save time. Anyways, for this walkthrough, I strongly recommend you attempt these scrambles before I show my solution, just so you can maximize your learning. But that being said, let's just jump right into the first scramble. Alright, let's take a look. So, right off the bat, I noticed that I can make the green in relation with the red. We have a lot of inverted edges here, which is not ideal. But these two are in relation with each other. If I can just do something like that. And similarly, these two are in relation with each other. But again, it's hard to deal with just these two and then not deal with the third edge, because you would have to separately solve it, which would involve a lot of regrip. So that's not going to be most efficient. We want to try to find a way to do a maneuver that can simultaneously solve all three properly, which is going to be a bit tricky. But okay, so here's what we can do. We can do, before I'm going to completely insert the blue, I'm going to use the blue to set up the green, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do R prime F, just like that, and then I'm going to regrip, do a U prime, such that when I'm bringing the blue down, I can solve the green just like that, okay? All right, let's move on to the next scramble. All right. Okay, so right off the bat, I noticed that these two are solved, which is good. But again, these flipped edges are going to be a little bit troublesome. What I do notice is that these two aren't really in relation with each other, because if I do something like that, they're not going to be solved properly. Let's see, I'm just shifting my angle here so I can see if I can get a better view at things. And yeah, okay. All right, so here's what I can do. I can solve this. I'm going to use the blue and red to be in relation with each other, and then the green and orange to be in relation with each other. So I'm first going to solve this green here temporarily such that I can put the blue over here. And then ultimately I'm going to move the red over here so that these two can be in proper relation with each other. Okay, so I'm going to do a small R prime and then a U and a D prime simultaneously, so it counts basically as one move for our efficient purposes, not in the actual move count. But yeah, and then I'm going to rotate, and then I'm going to do a D prime and then just insert the blue and the red, just like that. So that would just involve one rotation, and I think that's, with the rotation included, that's just 8 moves. So pretty decent solution overall for something quite tricky. Move on to the next scramble. Oh, oops. There. Okay. Yep, so right off the bat, I noticed that these two, the orange and the blue, can be in relation with each other. The red is nice, it's solved. All right, let's see if I can go down with the white side facing me approach again. So I noticed that these two can be in relation with each other. And if we do that one tip I had, which is the what if we consider this move, if we had this green instead all the way over here, I think now the cross is going to be a lot easier. So I think I'm definitely going to have the cross, the way I'm holding the cube down like this. So I'm first going to be doing a D2, U, L, and then I'm going to insert this blue right here. Then I'm going to rotate. Then I'm going to just insert the blue and the orange, or solve the blue and the orange, and then insert the red and the green just like that. Okay, so far so good. Okay, next scramble. Okay, so for this scramble, I noticed that the red and the green can be put in a proper relation with each other with just a u prime and then insert like that. And then I can easily modify this orange right here to join that relationship by just doing a D2. Now when I do that, I have to deal with this blue. So, okay, here's what I'm going to do, because this is a pretty simple cross. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to do the D2 and then insert the green like that, the red and the green like that, and then I'm going to do a D prime and a U simultaneously, then insert the blue. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so right off the bat I noticed that these two can be in proper relation. This is solved, which is alright. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I can use the green to really just set up to any of the relations here that I want. So I'm going to actually make the greens in relation with the orange, because I know that the red and the blue can be in relation with each other. So I'm going to do the green and the orange first in relation, and then solve those such that the red and the blue can be in relation. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a D and a U prime simultaneously, and then insert the orange like this. And then I'm going to do a D2 such that I can insert this red and the blue here, like that. Okay. So that had, I believe, no regrips. That would have no regrips in the execution, and overall I think around 7 moves. So that's pretty good. Okay, let's look at this one. Right off the bat, I noticed that this is solved, which is nice. The orange can be solved as well with a U prime, and then we can use the orange to solve the blue. But this green here is problematic, so I don't think that's a good solution. So I can use the orange to solve the green in relation with each other like that, but this blue here is a bit problematic. So with that being said, actually, I'm just going to solve the blue such that it's in relation with the orange and thus the green when I'm inserting the green. So what I'm going to do is R and then DU like that at the same time, and then insert the green and the orange like that, and then insert the red. So a regrip and then insert the red. Okay, let's go on to the next scramble. Okay. All right, so right off the bat, nothing is jumping out at me, really. These two are not in relation. I can use the orange to make the green in relation by just doing a D and solving it, but I don't think that's going to really do much profit, considering I have two other pieces that are really not very helpful in good places at all. So, you know, if we use that technique again, what if we do this move? What if we had the red aligned over here? Well, then the orange and the blue are actually in proper relation with each other, and then I can use the red and the green to solve each other. So that's going to be good. So I should use that as a foundation for my cross solution. So I can do D2, R prime, F prime, like that, and D prime. And then because my hand is over here, I don't really have to regrip. I can just do F2, R to insert the orange and then the blue. So that works out quite well. Okay, next scramble. Okay. So for this scramble, nothing's really jumping out at me too much. I know I can use the blue to solve the red and then consequently the orange like that, but the green here is untouched, which is going to be problematic. I need to find a way to incorporate that in my solution such that it's more cohesive and thus efficient. Okay, this is a little bit of a harder one. I can use orange to solve green, but that's not really going to do much because this is still going to be unsolved. So I need to find a way to really incorporate these two flipped edges here in my solution. Okay, so okay, what if we consider this down here? I know I can make the green and the red in relation with each other by doing something like that. And as a result, I could actually also make the orange in relation with the green and the red. So I can do LU R2 F prime, then regrip, and then insert the red, and then D prime, and then insert the blue, just like that. Okay, let's move on to the next scramble. Okay, so again, flipped edges here, not ideal, and they're not in proper relation with each other, right? Like this, it's not in proper relation with each other. The red can be solved, this can be used to solve the blue, which is nice, but let's see. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, because I see that the orange can also be used to solve to put the blue in relation with it, I think I'm going to hold the cube like this, do D prime, small r prime, F prime like that, set these two up. And then I'm going to regrip here, and then I'm going to, instead of using the the red to solve the green, I'm just going to do an r prime here because there's nothing really stopping me to do it. Then I'm going to do D2, and then insert the red and the green like that. Okay, let's do one last scramble. And this scramble I actually had initially done before in a solve. So my initial solution for this scramble right here was to do something where I solve the blue and the orange together and solve the green separately. So essentially this was my solution. I first solved the green independently, and then I did the blue and the orange like that. So there's like two regrips there. A better solution that I later thought of after coming back to this was to incorporate these three into relation. You'd hold the cube like this, and then you just do a D prime, insert the green using a fat R, and then I can now insert the blue and the orange like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna regrip D R2, just like that. Okay, so that only had one regrip. It was a lot more friendly to execute, and yeah, if I had done that, I think I would have gotten a better solve. But hopefully this video was a nice little supplementary aid to the initial video of how to find a faster cross, the techniques we discussed. If you wanted another one, like a part 2, I can definitely do that. Or if you had any scrambles that you wanted me to go over, let me know in either the comments or the forums. I'd be happy to do that, share my solution. But yeah, that's going to be it from me, guys. Let's go into the outro. Hey guys, that's going to be it from me for this video. I hope you found my examples and explanations insightful. Now, to help me improve my content to better fit your learning style, I would really appreciate it if you could spare a couple of seconds just to fill out this feedback form, and its link is in the description. So here you can let me know what went well, what didn't go well, and what aspects you would like me to include or work on in the future. But anyways guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.